I decided to join a Facebook group focused on learning English. I thought perhaps there might be people wanting to have practice conversations, perhaps even willing to participate in street epistemology. With their consent, I figured it could be a win-win situation. This is where I met Frelent. He is from Madagascar. Parts of this conversation have been removed because they are not relevant to the SE portion.
Yeah, we can absolutely practice English together. I was thinking we could have a conversation using the voice memo feature here on Messenger. If this is something you'd like to do, just let me know. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Before we're beginning in our conversation, I want to know you. Can you please talk a little bit about yourself? If you don't mind.
Okay, sure. I'm not really sure what to say about myself, but I am from the United States. I live in Wisconsin. It's one of the northern states, so it's pretty cold in the winter. It's starting to get cold out. I've lived here my whole life. I've natively spoken English my whole life. Never have really learned another language. I know a little bit of Spanish, but that's about all I really know what to say. If you want, you can tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, that's great. Glad to know you, my friend. I'm from Madagascar. In Tananarivo. Tananarivo is capital of the Madagascar.
The conversation about Madagascar continued for a bit. I have edited it out.
Would you like to have a conversation about a belief that you hold?
I'm just improving my skills and as a matter of fact, when I found learning English, I want to meet native speaker to improve it. As a matter of fact. I have never seen a native speaker to improve my English. Like there.
My apologies. Unfortunately, I didn't really understand what you meant in your last message, but that is okay. Perhaps you may have misunderstood my other previous message. I will ask it in a different way. Would you like to talk about something that you believe is true? A belief that you have? If ever you do not understand what I mean, please feel free to ask me to further explain what I mean.
Yeah, I really don't know what you are talking about. If you don't mind, explain it, because I confuse you.
No problem. I will try to go about this in a little bit different way. So I'm going to ask you a question, and you can answer if you want. If you do not want to answer, you do not have to. What do you believe? It can be anything. What do you believe?
Sure. Do I believe for what? Please. I understand.
Any belief that you have. Anything. You decide what we will talk about.
First of all, I understand your question. First of all, I believe in God, because He protects in my life, save when I pass for a problem.
Okay, thank you for your response. I understand that you believe in God and that He protects you. Is this something you are comfortable with me asking more questions about?
Yeah, I want to ask you a question right now. Please, it's time for me to sleep now, because it's night here in our country now. So I want to talk to you tomorrow, if you don't mind, because I beg you to see you here. I want to talk to you again, please, tomorrow.
Okay, fantastic. We can talk again tomorrow. When you wake up tomorrow or whenever you have time, send me a message and I will respond when I am able to.
Okay, my bro. Thanks beforehand. Yeah. Goodbye. Have a nice night. I don't know the night or die. Okay.
It is the afternoon where I am located. Have a good night. Good morning. Yesterday I asked you what you believed in, and you said God, and you said that God protects you. And I would like to ask a question. What makes you believe in God?
Thanks for your question. So, I really believe in God because when I pass through a problem, I pray. And when I pray, I find a solution. So I realized God exists in the earth. So when when a mother was sick, I pray, and my mother becomes get better when I pray her. So you know what I'm talking about. Hey, sir. I'm really sorry when I was late to reply your text because I had something to do. Oh.
Yeah, it's really no big deal. You reply when you can. I'll reply when I'm able to. No big deal. Don't sweat it. So to summarize, what I'm hearing you say is that you believe in God because of prayer. So it sounds like you prayed at one time when your mother was sick, and then after you prayed, she got better. So it sounds like that's the reason why you believe in God. Did I summarize that correctly?
Good morning, sir. Yeah, like there. So I want to ask you a question. And what do you believe in your life? And do you have a daughter or a son? And do you have a wife? And what's old are you? I want to know you. Yeah. Hello, bro. In case you maybe help me, I need your help. Please help me, bro. If you don't mind, help me. God bless you. My mother has called me recently. He told me he's sick. I know. I want to go in our country, in our village, please. In our village. So, I don't have money to go there. That's why I'm telling you something like that.
I'm not entirely sure on what you are asking me, but I will try to answer anyway. I think you may have been asking me if I believe in a god or gods. I have a feeling that's what you were trying to ask. I'm not entirely sure, but I lack a faith in a god or gods. It's not that I actively believe they do not exist, but rather I don't have a reliable way to determine that they do exist. I'd like to ask you another question, kind of about prayer. If someone you knew, let's say a friend, got sick, and you prayed that they would get better, and after you prayed, they did not get better, they got more sick, would this have an effect on your belief in your God?
Good evening, sir. Yeah, I believe in God because of my prayer. Because prayer is a power when I do something. As an old saying, there is power in the name of Jesus. That's why I'm telling you something like that. Yeah, I understand your question. If I pray someone for when he also shake. I never change my life for believing God, because God has done something good for me, and every day, and He always with me, because when I wake up, God with me. When I do something, God with me. That's why I'm telling you, I never change for Him. So I pray every day for the rest of my life. Like there.
Thank you for your honest reply. I really do appreciate you exchanging messages. I have another question for you. And first I'm going to rephrase what I'm hearing you tell to me. I think what you're saying is that you look at your life and you see all these great things that happen to you, and you attribute those things to a God, to your God that you believe in. I am wondering if you feel or think that God is responsible for all things in your life, not just the good things, but also the bad things. Because I think you feel that God is the reason for the good things in your life. I'm wondering if God is also responsible for the bad things.
Yeah, to me, sometimes bad things happen in other people. I think it has a plan of God, and it's plan of God. So I explain it for you, because I don't know how to explain it. To me, I believe in God, because when something happened for me, when I apply, because of those, like there.
Okay, I think I understand what you are saying. I think you're actually doing a good job explaining it. Thank you. So, to my understanding, what you are telling me is that everything we experience, everything that happens, was good, or if it is bad, it is part of God's plan. Now, I am wondering, how do we know everything is a part of God's plan? How would we know if there was a God's plan, or if there was not a God's plan?
Everything, it has a plan of God, because everything happens for reasons, and everybody has a different perspective. And when I was born on the earth, so I didn't know how to talk, and time flies. Suddenly, I know how to talk. How to talk. You know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I kind of understand what you are trying to say. I'm wondering though. You said that everything happens for a reason. And I'm kind of wondering what you mean by that and how you would know that. Can you expand a little bit further? Can you explain that concept to me?
Yeah, I can. For example, water. Water because of God. So, when water nothing, people, I think it's nothing too. And when God didn't do water, and God maybe may have done water for people. To me, it is like there. I want to change our subject. Sir, when may you visit our country, visit Madagascar? Just ask you.
Well, I don't have any intentions of visiting Madagascar anytime soon. However, I know that it is a very lovely country. I've seen pictures of it, and it looks very beautiful. I very much like trees that are very thick, and they have the leaf at the very tippy top of the tree. I really like those. I think Hope you are doing well today. I know we kind of moved on past the topic of God, but if you would want to go back to that topic, if you are comfortable talking about that still, I do have a few more questions for you. Let me know if it's okay for me to ask.
Good morning, my friend. My day was not good today, so yeah, I comfortable if we go back in our topic. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, great. So I think what you were saying before, and correct me if I am mistaken, but I think you were saying that God has created water and perhaps other things, perhaps the world around us, to specifically suit us, to make us be able to thrive, to live, all these things for us. Is that kind of what you were trying to say, or am I mistaken?
Good morning, my friend. Long time no talk. I'm sorry if I couldn't to talk to you. God has created everything for people, and people can use it that God created. God has a lot of things to give his child. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I definitely understand what you are saying. I'm going to ask you a question that is a little bit complicated. If you don't understand, please ask me for clarification. The world we live in, you believe God created it for us, for humans. My question is, what if there wasn't a God? What would the world we live in look like?
I don't understand your question. I don't know what you are talking about.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to try to make the question more simple. So, if there was no God, what would the world look like?
Hello, my friend. Good afternoon. Okay, let's start. To me, if God was near there, I think there is nothing will be possible in the world, because everything on the earth need a God. So the world requires God, because it has planned for his children. Yeah, like there.
Thank you for all your honest and genuine replies. I really enjoy exchanging voice messages with you. So what I hear you saying is that the earth needs a God, that in order for earth to exist, God would need to be real. I am wondering, why does God need to exist in order for the earth to exist?
Good morning, my friend. As a matter of fact, it's up to everyone need God, because when we were born, we see a lot of things. We can see a lot of things, but as time passed, we know everything on earth, because there is spiritual of God inside of y'all. So I really believe in God, like I used to say before. So God has created a lot of things for his people, his children. Yeah, like there.
Correct me if I am wrong, but I think I remember you saying that it was the Christian God that you believe in. I'm wondering why you believe in the Christian God and you do not believe in the Muslim God Allah or the gods of Hinduism.
Hi, my friend. Can we talk to write? Because I don't have a credit to talk voice message.
No problem. I understand. Were you able to listen to my last message?
So let's continue about our topic.
Thank you. Let's continue.
God is the most important for our life because He works when we want to do something. If we pray and believe in Him.
I understand.
So I got a question for you.
Please ask, my friend.
Do you believe in God like me? And why makes you believe if you believe or not?
Fantastic question. Thank you for asking.
I'm waiting for your answer.
I do not believe in any gods. I do not believe in any gods because I do not have any evidence or a way to determine if a god exists. Therefore, I lack belief in a god. To be clear, I do not believe there is no god necessarily, rather a lack of belief there is a god.
And are you always praying when you do something? And does it not work when you pray?
There has been many times in the past in which I have prayed. I do not pray anymore. When I did pray, I do not think it changed the outcome or result.
I think you are in lacking of praying. To me, God is good, but everyone has different perspective.
With regards to praying and God, what could make you more confident God exists? Make you believe stronger? Or are you already 100% confident?
When my mama was sick, I pray for her, and she gets better. And when I wished to go in Terravino, it worked for me. So I decided God exists.
I understand. I'm glad your mother was able to recover. This is something that raised your confidence, strengthened your belief. What could reduce your confidence God exists? Weaken your belief?
Yes, and I have found native speaker like you for a long time. So found you, I think, because of God.
This is very interesting.
I think no one can stop me about that.
In other words, nothing could cause you to doubt God's existence?
Yeah, 'cause He always with me.
I understand.
Aren't you like that?
I do not think so.
Why do you believe in another God?
I do not believe in any gods. Did you intend to ask me why I do not believe in other gods?
Yes, I did.
I see. It is for the same reason I do not believe in the same God as you. I do not have any reliable method and or evidence that is satisfactory for me. Good question. Thank you for asking.
I see. If I beg you for something, could you accept about it? But not worry, it is easy.
I'm sorry, I do not understand what you mean. Regardless, please proceed.
I mean, if you ask you for something, could you accept about it? I just want you to try about prayer when you pass through a problem and for all of you do.
Unfortunately, I have tried this in the past, but haven't had positive result. I would use prayer again. However, first I would want to have a good reason to believe it works.
Before you're going to sleep, pray. When you wake up, pray. When you eat, pray. I'm telling you, and believe me, it becomes inside of you.
Is this a feeling I would get inside of me? Can you describe it?
Yes, because God needs someone like that. And if you like doing this, you will get used to it. And God becomes inside of you and help you for all of you do.
How would I know the difference between a feeling I get from praying / meditating / relaxing and a feeling from God?
Thanks for your question. To me, praying is connection for God that you're believing accept you to believe or not. And meditating is something inside told you to do it. Relaxing looks like take a break. For example, when you're tired and you need to take a break and want to relax.
I see. Thank you for clarifying. How do you know the feeling you get after praying is from God?
Because when I do something, It always works for me. So let's change our topic, if you don't mind.
Sure, no problem. Can we return to it at a later time?
Yes, no problem, my friend.
We continued to talk about other topics for a while. This has been edited out.
So we can continue our topic, my friend.
May I ask a question about prayer and your mother's recovery?
Yeah, no problem.
If you had prayed for your mother to recover and she had not recovered, would this had caused you to doubt the existence of God?
I may not believe in him if there is no proof of this. You know, I may have not believed in him, for there is no proof of this.
You believe in God because there is no evidence he doesn't exist?
If I pray that it works, I will believe in him.
I see. If someone was to pray and they did not have any positive feelings, and perhaps they brought them a lot of anger, would that be a good reason for them to not believe in God?
Yes, to me, is like that. Because the reason I do something is because I want to get a good result about it.
Should we believe things to be true because we get a result, a good feeling we like?
Yes, you got it. And do you accept that?
Yes, I accept that is how you determine truth. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 is you don't care and 10 is you care 100%. How much do you want to believe things that are true?
Yes. It is good to believe something who is true. Maybe it comes true coming in my way.
In your way? Can what is true for me be different than what is true for you?
For example, what?
For my friend Jeff, can the multiple Hindu gods exist and the Christian God not exist? And then for you, the Christian God exists and the Hindu gods do not exist.
If God exists, maybe Hindu gods exist?
Do you happen to be a Christian? I have forgotten.
I'm sorry for being late to reply your text. I may be to be a Christian, but it is up to God for doing great thing. For me during I pray for what I want.
If I have a friend named Jeff, and he thinks I have 35 marbles in a container, I have another friend named Morgan, who thinks my container has 95 marbles. Can Jeff and Morgan both be correct?
Yeah, they are correct because they may think it is good for them like that.
So for Jeff, there actually is 35 in the container, and for Morgan, there is actually 95 marbles. How does that work?
To me, 35 in the container.
If we both counted the marbles, and we counted 50, would there still be 35 marbles for you?
No, it becomes 50 marbles. If both besides each other.
Same for Jeff and Morgan?
Yeah, 50%. For Jeff, and like for Morgan.
Before we counted the marbles, were there 35? Or were there always 50? Did the number of marbles change because we counted them?
Maybe I'm wrong. If I counted it 50 container, because they want to become that for my reason.
This was not the end of our conversation. Frelent told me he was in a desperate financial situation and asked me if I could assist him. I told him if he recorded an SE video of his own, I would upload it to my channel.